NFL Week 8 happened, and you could bet your bottom dollar I'm about to go into this for the next 5 to 8 minutes. As of right now, I'm recording this before the Patriots play, so whatever happens will directly affect my mood for the rest of this video. Also, to increase audience participation, right here, you see this? This is the Yo shoe. It's made out of solid enriched uranium stolen directly from a basement in Iran. It's listed on StockX right now. Go buy it. Happy Thanksgiving. The Lions continue the tradition of playing on this day, and you know what that means? They're about to get rolled.
Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
The Lions had a couple of good plays, but they were never really in control of this game. The Packers now moved to second in the division right behind. What? Sorry, I need a moment. Chiefs Cowboys, I gotta be honest, it was my family's turkey bowl during the first half of this game. I know you're all curious whether I won or not, and of course I won. I'm a fucking animal on the football field. Pretty much both of these teams' playoff chances relied on this game, and the Cowboys were able to deliver. The Chiefs usually have some bullshit to win close games, but in this game, they just didn't have the juice. I don't think I've ever smiled harder than when I watched this highlight. To end Thanksgiving, we got actually one of the worst performances by the Ravens I've seen. After they scored a touchdown at the start, they just gave up. What are we doing, Lamar? I'm not even trying to stutter. I was just in genuine shock at that play. Bears played the Eagles on a rare Friday game. No, I'm gonna sit down for this one. This is gonna be too much of an emotional roller coaster for me. I have been watching football for many years now, and I have never seen the Bears have a season like this. Caleb Williams isn't superb, but he's probably the best quarterback the Bears have had in franchise history. That's not an exaggeration. Google the Bears quarterbacks. I think it might be true. Even the announcers were making fun of how they haven't had a good offense in 40 years. However, if I even think of showing NFL audio in this game, the NFL is immediately striking the video and slamming me out. After the Rams lost, the Bears are now the 1 seed in the NFC, which is fucking ridiculous. Browns 49ers, and I am so excited to cover this game. You guys have no idea. Sorry, I just gotta email my bio teacher real quick. I think the 49ers scored some touchdowns. I'm sure the Browns didn't. Alright, yeah, I should cut it. Y'all seriously think I'm risking getting copyright claimed over the Browns 49ers? If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll make a 1-hour retrospective on the Browns season. This was a game worth actually covering, so for you guys, I'm gonna give you a gift. I am going to provide real summary and insight to an NFL game. After a good kick return, Devontae Adams got the first scoring with a touchdown. Going into this game, the Rams were super hot and were heavy favorites to win, and I think people just struggle to believe the idea that the Panthers are good. After a Chuba Hubbard interception, Matthew Stafford tipped the ball for an interception in the red zone. However, the Panthers weren't able to make anything of it. Luckily for the Panthers, Matthew Stafford's actual dog shit and threw a pick six literally 2 plays after this. At the start of the third quarter, Bryce Young threw an absolute dime to take the lead against the Rams. After this sack, people actually had the thought cross their minds that the Panthers could win a football game, especially because Matthew Stafford kept laying eggs. But in the fourth quarter, they were able to get this touchdown, which put him back in the lead. This is my catch of the week. It's not even close. This was insane, dude. And on 4th and 2 the next drive, Bryce Young, the most clutch player in NFL history, threw a touchdown pass to take the lead. On the last drive, the Rams fumbled and the Panthers won the game. However, if you would like to know what game I will not be covering, Titans got rolled. They're a dog shit football team. What do you expect? Texans played the Colts in a pretty interesting game. But I don't care at all. I want Davis Mills back. He did nothing wrong. Why does he get taken out for their starting quarterback? I don't want to call the Colts frauds yet, but it's not looking as good as it was a couple weeks ago. I don't know, man. Something about Daniel Jones makes me uncomfortable. I just can't trust him. Anyone whose neck is longer and wider than his face makes me uncomfortable. Can't really blame the Colts. They lost this game in a really unfortunate way, but I am not complaining. It means the Patriots are 1 step closer to the 1 seed, baby. When I think of the Falcons and Jets, the first word that comes to mind is excellency. It's crazy how like 5 weeks ago people were talking about how the Falcons might be a legitimate team. Seems like the Jets have just pulled the plug on Justin Fields and are seeing what Tyrod Taylor can do. You would think it's a bad idea, but when you're playing the Falcons, you could put a newborn baby under center and they'll cook. If this video gets 200,000 likes, I'll take steroids, put 100 pounds of muscle on, become the Jets' next starting quarterback. Isn't it crazy that on weeks where no one has a bye week, every team plays? Like, this game actually happened. You physically could have gone to Miami and purchased ticket. Look at how empty these stands are. There's like actually 50 people there. The Dolphins have won 4 out of the last 5 games, which might be bad for the Patriots, but I'll keep you posted on that. The fucking Steelers are such an unserious team. The Steelers have the most expensive defense in the league, and they couldn't stop a cup from spilling over. They don't have like the talent necessary to Velcro sneakers. I think what happened is that they were too close to being 9-8, so they decided to sell this game. Vikings played the Seahawks. I think we can cut it off there. No one wants to talk about this game, so did you know that around this setup there's actually a window? It's just always nighttime when I record these videos, so the lighting is always like that. Oh, I gotta keyframe my face out of my reflection. That'll be a treat to edit. Broncos, Commanders, I got some stuff to say about this game. The Broncos have a serious issue with playing down to competition. They are a very good team and are capable of beating good teams. Also, when Bo Nix is at his best, he is still a fucking animal and he can do stuff almost no other quarterbacks can do, besides Drake May. Quick pit stop, look at this catch. That's probably gonna be the thumbnail. Right now it's working because their defense is nuts and the teams they play are mostly bad. And even when they play good teams, they're mostly able to get it done. However, if you make every game super close, the chips aren't always gonna fall in your favor, especially this game where there was a bunch of penalties on the Commanders there shouldn't have been. With the margin of failure the Broncos have, if they play a good team and things go slightly wrong, it could be really bad for them. If this sounds familiar at all, I feel like there's a lot of comparisons to the Chiefs last year. The general consensus is the Chiefs were not nearly as good as their record and they kept getting lucky. And if you remember, eventually it caught up to them and they got completely dicked in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying this is what's happening to the Broncos, but there are a lot of similarities. Hold on, quick wardrobe refresh for this. Alright, that's better. The Patriots are the best football team in the NFL, and I'm sick of acting like they're not. Drake May is the MVP frontrunner, and you're just jealous that your team has had 8 quarterbacks in the past 10 years, and all of them have sucked. Now, don't get me wrong. The Giants aren't very good either. Wow, man, look how good the schedule is at throwing. That's crazy. After the Patriots beat the Bills coming off of their bye week, hopefully people will finally start respecting them.